Yo, good evening, everyone. What do we have on the agenda today? Today is Nine Kings. Okay, we have that as a game, and I'm gonna try and do stuff a little differently. Like, as in, obviously, I'm gonna tell whether or not the game is good or not, but I also wanna talk about the kind of learnings that I take from that game, right? Because it is my goal to make at some point the last game anyone will ever play, right? That MMORPG to beat Warcraft, to beat them all out. I'd like to everyone just to have one game to play for the rest of their lives and be my game. And finding lots of learning lots about video games, about design choices, about what makes them successful, what doesn't make them successful, I think is a key point to it. So I'm just gonna try and mix it up a little bit. Anyways, Nine Kings, love Nine Kings. Really, really, really like not like really loved Nine Kings because um, it's a roguelike. Even though I'm kind of tired of roguelikes, it's still different enough for me to play, right? So, you choose one of, like, I think it might be Nine Kings now. I don't actually know. You pick one of the different kings, and the different kings have nine cards, which are sort of which you can place on nine different squares, right? And then it matters which cards you pick, and then where you place them as well, because some of them have effects adjacently, vertically, generally, and you're trying to get through the years, like, so every round. I think it's about 36 rounds per run, and you sort of fight armies of other kings, and obviously they have their cards. And what I really like about this aspect is that every time you win, you can pick or you get, I don't remember if you pick or get, if you pick or get a card from another king, right? So imagine this: everybody has their own color. It's green, yellow, orange, and everybody has their own sort of type, right? All purple stuff is sort of more spells. All green stuff is sort of more armies. All gold stuff, all like orange or gold color is sort of more to do with coins. So everything has a theme to it, right? But all cards can be used together, right? So there's no limitation. There's no you don't have to choose one or the other. The only thing you do have to choose is sort of the base in the beginning. So the base is also your own ability. So we choose that, or everything else is free game. I don't actually know the maths behind it, but it's a lot, right? It's a lot of different combinations which you can do based on different enemies that you're playing against, based on different kings that you are choosing, right? So you have every run feels distinguished enough um, to to keep it fresh. And I think that is the big learning out of Nine Kings. I think the big learning is that, like, roguelikes nowadays are just getting, you get that one weapon. Like, this is why I didn't like Hades, for example. Hades had just, you pick that one weapon, you get a couple of powers to them, and it's kind of the same run with the same weapon over and over again. When, for example, something like Enter the Gungeon, when you get into Enter the Gungeon, you might just get any different. It's just a random gun. You don't fucking know what you're gonna get. You're gonna have to make do with whatever that is. So I felt like Enter the Gungeon is always different enough each run for me to play through that. Where Hades wasn't different enough for me, and I feel like Nine Kings is that. Nine Kings, you pick basically your base, and then all the cards that you're sort of winning on the way kind of have to make do from what you get. And I really like this concept. I prefer that more because um, I think roguelikes in the past have lost a little bit their what made really a roguelike, right? I feel like the randomness of each run gets lost nowadays, and I think people want to make RPGs, but then make it a roguelike because they don't have enough resources to make a long RPG, right? So they're just gonna make a normal RPG and then sort of make it a roguelike with a repeatable aspect to it because they just want to make a longer RPG like Heroes of Hammerwatch, for example, right? It's the same thing. Even though I'm still happy with that, something like Astral Ascent I wasn't really happy with, or even Hades I don't feel like I was happy with. So it's kind of that. It's kind of that. Don't make A roguelike just to prolong your RPG. Make a roguelike because the roguelike, it's what you want to do. You wanna lean into the random runs or into different enough runs. You need to understand that when you're making a roguelike, if it is an RPG, you're gonna see the first levels over and over and over and over and over and over again. You get tired of that. And most people are not even that good a gamer. I'm not even that good of a gamer, right? I'd see levels over and over and over and over again. And I'm at some point like, okay, unless the gameplay varies enough for me to change it up, I think that is the lesson here. I think the lesson here for Nine Kings is that make your roguelike. If you make the roguelike, don't forget what make the roguelikes good. Don't make an RPG and then try to prolong the game time with roguelike elements. I think that's where we're at the moment. I think that's why Balatro also got so successful, because it's really, game is fucking random as shit. You can have some utility, like some different things about it, but that game is fucking random. And I think that is that you pick one thing and everything else in the run is sort of comes to you, right? Yeah, I think that is where we land with this. What do I want to say? What else do I want to say? I had a really good day today with my wife. We've been married for 8 years now, and I can safely say that I love her every year more and more and more. Like, our love doesn't dwindle. Our love just gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And I'm looking forward to spending even more of my life with her. Every single year I want to just be with her. Every single thing I want to do with her. And it's such a beautiful feeling. There's so many people nowadays who are just alone for lots of different reasons, but I think some of them are also choice. And I just can't explain to you how beautiful it is to have a wife, how beautiful it is to have a family, how beautiful it is to have a child. I understand, like, everybody's free to their own choice, but you just can't really grasp it until you have that, right? If you ever want to talk to me about it, if you feel like lonely and stuff and don't know where to go with anything, or if you have problems with marriage or anything like that, or you just don't feel satisfied in your relationships with people with the opposite sex, or with whatever it is at the moment, you feel purposeless, come into my Discord, join, let's have a talk about it. I'm super open, I'm super happy, because I want to have an insight into the world, and I want to be able to assist the world in whatever it is we're trying to achieve. So that's me for today. Night night.